major typology and causes of conflict. There are a lot of things that. Are you hearing me?
Sorry, sir. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes, I just want to make a comment. You did not give us the lecture notes on the last two lectures. Oh.
Lecture notes. I told you
The
that.
slide, lecture.
Can you listen
There's
to
no
me?
lecture note, Mr. Odejayi. There's no lecture note. There's a compendium we are supposed to pay for. So all the lectures are in the compendium. He has said this severally. So there's no lecture note.
Thank you very much. God bless
You're welcome, sir.
Okay. I am not aware of that. If I were, I wouldn't ask.
I mean, you were not following the class.
Thank you very much. Thank you for clarification of that aspect. Now, let's continue. When we are talking about major typologies, we are talking about conflict can be divided into two primary types. We have what we call intrastate conflicts and interstate conflicts. Intra or inter. It can be interstate, it can be inter-organization, and it can be interstate or inter-organization. If it concerns organization, that is inter, within organization, that is inter-organization. When it concerns two or more organizations, we can call that inter-organization. Intra is within, inter is when combined two or more. It can be states, it can be organization, it can be communities. It depends on, who is involved or which group of people are involved in that kind of conflict. When we are talking about conflict within organization, it depends on the grievances. So conflict can also be civil war. Conflict can be civil war. Civil war is a situation where large-scale violent confrontation happen. Large-scale violent confrontation happen within a state. Within a state, like what we have when we have Biafra war in Nigeria that happened between 1967 and 1970. That is intrastate within state of Nigeria. Conflict can also be communal violence. Communal violence. Communal violence involves, not only the Biafra we can quote here under civil war. What about the Liberian civil war too? What about the Sierra Leone civil war? These are civil war intrastate. We can also have communal violence. Communal violence involves violent confrontation between ethnic, religious, or cultural communities. Between ethnic, religious, or cultural communities living in close proximity. Living in close proximity. Uh, those conflicts are often triggered by dispute over land. Sometimes land can be the causal factor of that conflict. Uh, Political situation too can be, the causal factor, or perceived historical injustice. Perceived historical injustice. Are you hearing me, everybody? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you.
We are hearing you,
We
sir.
can hear you, sir.
Okay, okay. I just want to be sure that I'm talking, people are hearing me. For example, communal violence like that of if Modakaka crisis in Osun
Yeah.
State, that's a communal violence. Uh, there is also Warri conflict involving Urobo, Ishekiri, Ijaw group in Delta State. That's a communal violence. I think I witnessed that of a Warri crisis when I was, then that's the year 2000. If I'm not making mistake, I was teaching in College of Education, Warri then. I was teaching College of Education, Warri at Okere Robo, this Ebo Road, Ajamoga, that Okere Robo youths will have a conflict with Ishekiri, over Okere Robo market. It's a very, very fierce warfare then, you know. There is also rebellious reactionary groups, reactionary group. This conflict involve group using armed violence, insurgency to demand recognition. That's third one, rebellious reactionary group. This kind of conflict involve a group using armed violence, armed violence or insurgency to demand recognition, resource control, or political reform, or political reform. Those actors are motivated by feeling of exclusion, maybe economic deprivation, can be economic deprivation, or cultural suppression. It can be the root cause of this kind of crisis. Examples: Niger Delta protesting environmental degradation. There are many Niger Delta militant groups that came up protesting about their environmental degradation and economic marginalization in Niger Delta area. It's a is a form of rebellious reactionary group. Boko Haram insurgency too, driven by extremist ideology. These people say that, you know, uh, over their dead body that, you know, issue of English, will be, or let me call it Western type of education will be introduced in their area. Uh, there's also banditry and other farmer clashes driven by resource competition. The land, they are fighting over land. You know, others want grazing area for their cattle. Farmers want to cultivate land. So the clash is over land. It's over land. So it's a form of rebellious reactionary group. There is also what we can refer to that's the fourth type. Number four, social and urban violence. Social and urban violence. Uh, this form of conflict involve outbreak of violence in urban areas due to poor living condition. I'm talking about social and urban violence. You know, poor living conditions can cause outbreak of violence in urban area, criminal activities, or mass protests. This can cause a kind of demonstration, confrontation with law enforcement agencies. Example is a clash between rival gangs, area boys in Lagos. If you are conversant with Lagos, there was one time 100 million boys. Abi 1 million boys, abi what they call themselves. They were clashing with police then. 1 million boys. They call themselves 1 million boys. There was also a situation whereby in the past in Lagos, Eye and Aye confraternity, something of that nature. That's a social urban violence. Anti-government protest. anti-government protests due to economic hardship or perceived injustice is also a form of social violence. NSAS can be
Like SARS.
categorized. Thank you very much. NSAS is also example of social urban violence. Number 5, student protest. Student protest. And thank God when you were in school, I did my first degree in ECPOMA. ECPOMA is known as a hotspot for violence during my days there. You know, we always say the ECPOMA boys know they carry last. So student unrest is a frequent form of intrastate violence, conflicts in developing nations. Uh, uh, there was the popular ones are the one that happened in Ibadan. Student protests at the University of Ibadan, University of Lagos, Obafemi Awolowo University, which have occasionally even escalated into property destruction, violent clashes between soldiers and students. I remember the one that happened in ECPOMA over June 12th election, where, in 1993, where we went to the house of the then Vice Admiral Ayomu at Irua, over the cancellation of June 12th election. It's a form of intrastate violence. So when we are going to talk about intrastate violence now, you can use civil war as one of the examples, communal violence, rebellious and reactionary groups, social and urban violence, student protest. Are you getting me? These are examples of intrastate violence. Now let's talk about interstate. It also has forms. Form of interstate violence can be limited war. Limited war. Example of limited war is characterized. Limited war is characterized by targeted objectives, minimal force, attempt to limit civilian casualties, and we can also have total war. Total war is a form of interstate violence. Mobilization of nation against nation, like World War, we have World War I, World War II. By the grace of God, we are not going to have 3. Examples are World War, Russia-Ukraine war is a limited violence. Iraq-Kuwait war, Arab-Israel conflicts. These are limited war, but World War is a total war. It's an example of total war. Now, B. Let's go to B now. Are you listening to me? Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Causes of conflict now. Let us
Yes,
go
we
to
are with
causes of
you.
conflict. Okay. Conflicts are
We're listening.
rarely caused by a single factor. We cannot say that a single factor is the causal root of conflict. They usually emerge from interactions of multiple underlying and immediate causes. This may be structural in some cases, maybe when it is structural, it is embedded in social and political system. It depends on this. It can be precipitated by a lot of things. What are the key causes? Let us identify key causes of conflicts. Nationalistic tendency is one of the key causes of violence. Nationalism It's a powerful force that promotes loyalty and unity, but can also generate hostility towards perceived outsiders. Perceived outsiders. Uh, when nationalist sentiment become exclusionary and aggressive, they may incite violence, conflict, particularly in a multi-ethnic societies or colonial setup. Nationalistic tendency. Um, you can see some people saying that, look at in Germany, the iron race, the because of that iron race, the white iron race, their domineering nature wanted to conquer the whole other, race in Europe. Hitler kind of coordinated them, and that was what led to World War II. At that particular time. In fact, Israel was a victim of that nationalistic tendencies. Number two, imperialism. Imperialism can also be a causal root of conflict. Imperial domination by a powerful state over weaker territories can be a form of, causes of conflict. Look at when Europe came to Africa after Berlin Conference of 1884. They divided the African land among themselves, and Britain, took over some countries. France took over some countries. Portugal, the Portuguese, they also took over some country. I can't call them countries. They are not countries. Some empire then, or some communities in Africa. They partitioned Africa lands among themselves. That's imperialism. Not only in Africa. What about in South America too, and other continents of the world? Imperialism. Religion can also be a very, very important causes, very important cause of conflict, very important cause of conflict. Religious conflict often arise from ideological intolerance. Ideological intolerance. Attempt to convert or to convert some people. Jihadism, Islamic jihadism is one example, or attempt to correct passive blasphemy. That's Nigeria's example of that. Or historical. It can come in different form. Uthman Dan Fodio went on jihad mission. Matasini crisis in the northern part of Nigeria too can be used as a very good example. Four. Now, inadequate social services can also be causes of conflict. Inadequate social services, deprivation of basic amenities like education, health care, housing, water, can spark frustration and violence, especially when certain region or group feel neglected. It can lead them to go into conflict with their government. You will all agree with me that SAP riot. Thank God I'm talking to other people that know about SAP riot. I hope we have people here that experience SAP riot. Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Are you still listening to
Hi,
me?
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Can somebody tell me about SAP riot? Yes. Can somebody tell me about SAP riot?
SAP riot.
Somebody that experienced, yes, SAP riot. Structural adjustment program of then I think Babangida regime.
Yes,
Who
yes.
experienced it? Who encountered it then?
I did, my son, I did. That was when
I
I
did.
was
I did.
young. We couldn't eat at
Okay.
that time.
Please tell us. Tell us what
We,
happened then. Tell us.
yes, for
Recount your
me,
story to
okay,
us.
I could remember. I was then in the East at that time. I think I should be maybe my secondary school or so. I don't really remember again. But what I discovered was that a lot of things,
Okay.
there was no food. Food were not found. That was when my mom personally was able to discover one food that we were eating that time. They call it, it's like from corn. We call it corn something, Sha. We make it. My mom was trying to do everything to. We eat that food, just maize, corn flour. We make it like
Hmm.
with like rice, and we put fish, crayfish, just to see that we were eating. It was very, very tough, very tough.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm in in the same period with you too. That was when we discover. How many people remember Iyan Buhari then in southwest? Flower Buhari. You know, that we rejected. We have to go back to it during Babangida era. It was tough. I was in Osun State. I think secondary school
I
then.
remember
It
that,
was
sir.
tough, and
Yes, sir.
and
I remember.
eh,
We
no,
used to go and queue for sugar, for
Iyan Buhari.
bread, for milk. It was terrible during the first regime of Buhari.
Very, very terrible. Very terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, it was a tough period of petrol fuel scarcity too. So all these things got activated the crisis in our society at that particular time. Inadequate social services, government policies, government policy. What really kind of activated it was a SAP policy of Babangida. There was tough period, right from austerity measures of what's the name, Shagari, austerity policy of Shagari, toughened, adding a lot of things in Nigeria. Uh, Buhari came with war against indiscipline and a lot of things. Borders were closed and a lot of problems started. But what really activated, or let me say, uh, made everything to explode was a structural adjustment program introduced by Babangida regime. So policy can be a very, very uh, strong factor that can lead to crisis. Another one is electoral disputes. I'm quite very sure that Nigeria, as a Nigerian, and thank God I'm talking to adults, not my. Because when I'm saying this in the class, many of my students will just be looking at me. I mean, full time, uh, they will just be looking at me. They didn't experience it like that. But we adults, especially during Babangida, I'm quite very sure that many of us grew, went to maybe our first degree, our university during Babangida era. It was tough, you know, then on us. Electoral disputes, rigged election,
June
cancellation of
12th.
annulment of election, you know, a lot
June
of
12th.
things. Disputed
The
results. In fact, Nigeria had a lot of experiences of this. A lot of experiences we can count of Operation White here in the 60s can be used. Operation White here. There was a election dispute in if you are from Osun State here when Bolagi election was was overturned and it brought in Oluloyo. I think I was secondary school then. It was tough. MPN members' houses were touched with lights, with fire. It even led to loss of lives and properties. So annulment, 1993 annulment that I first mentioned too can be used as an example of electoral dispute. Another causes of violence is poor leadership and conflict mismanagement. Poor leadership and conflict mismanagement. Leadership failure can both trigger, and exacerbate conflict in our society. Competition over scarce resources. When there is competition over scarce resources, uh, it has led to inter-community clashes. Clashes. Even rivers, ordinary. I can't call it ordinary because water is very very important to life. River, community, two communities can be fighting over river. I hope you understand. I hope you know. Hello. Uh, Look at the Bakassi Peninsula between Nigeria, uh, oil, oil, oil-rich Bakassi Peninsula led to
Yeah.
conflict between Nigeria and Cameroon. So we can say competition over scarce resources is one of the causes of conflict too. Inadequate community policing can also be one of the ethnicity. Ethnicity can be one of the causes. If people went into conflict with Modakeke because of the ethnicity, uh, marginalization, marginalization, you know, can be one of the causes too. Secession is also one of the causes interstate conflict. Secession. I told you that Nigeria went into civil war because of secession when Biafra wanted to pull out of Nigeria. It led to conflict. So there are a lot of causes of like that. Please read them up. Read them up. What are the processes of conflict resolution? There are many processes of conflict resolution. When we are talking about conflict resolution, we are talking conflict can never. We can't say that conflict can be totally be solved, but conflict can be resolved, at least or reduced to minimal level in the society, and there are strategies we can use to reduce conflict. There are strategies we can use to resolve or reduce conflict. Number one is accommodating. There is a way we can teach people to accommodate one another. This strategy involves yielding to the opposing desires. Just to allow peace to reign. You can yield. It's one of the ways of resolving conflict. Yielding to opposing parties' desire. Another one is collaborating. Collaborating, when efforts are jointly put together. Another way of, another strategies can be avoiding. Avoiding. You can, on a personal level, you can avoid anybody that want to go into conflict with you, or avoid areas of clash. Deliberately avoid area that you can clash with the person or with the community. Community can, we want to avoid, hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There are some
So we
Islamic countries. Yeah, there are some Islamic countries, they don't like playing football. They don't like involving in sporting activities with Israel just to avoid conflict or anything that can cause clashes between their country and Israel. That's avoiding. Compromising is also key strategies. Compromising is also key strategies of avoiding key strategies of conflict resolution. So I've mentioned about 5 now or 4 thereabout. accommodating,
4.
collaborating, avoiding, and compromising. These are key strategies of conflict resolution. What are the processes of conflict resolution? Process of conflict resolution. Number one process of conflict resolution is identifying the sources of conflict. If a source of conflict has not been identified, you cannot resolve the conflict. So, in process of conflict resolution, the first step is to identify the source of conflict or the sources, because it may not be one source. Apart from that, another process is looking beyond the situation. We call it a big picture approach. You know, when you look beyond the situation on ground, for example, look at husband and wife. When they look at big picture, they will be able to resolve their conflict. That if we don't solve this problem, if we allow what is happening to us presently to escalate, it can affect our children. It can affect our resources. It can affect this, it can affect that. If they are Christian, you can say, we may not even make heaven. Hello? That's a big picture approach. When you look at the big picture, it can be one of the processes of resolving conflict. You will better come together to resolve this conflict, because the big picture in front of us, for the sake of big picture, you know, something of that nature. Another one is requesting solution. You know, after bearing each party's perspective, we can say that, okay, you know, you ask yourself, don't let us be discussing problem anymore. What are the solution? Way out. Way out is a big way of resolving conflicts. Because when you keep discussing problem, the problem keep festering. The problem keep escalating. But when you say that, what are the ways out, or what is the way out of this problem, is a very big step towards resolving conflict. And another one is identify acceptable solutions. When you identify acceptable solutions, you know, especially solution that can bring win-win situation to both parties or to the parties involved, it can be a way of resolving conflict. The last but not the least is reaching agreement. You know, every conflict is disagree to agree. Conflict should be a way of disagree to agree. You know, so reaching agreement can be a way of. But the best way of eliminating conflict totally is alternative dispute resolution. We call it ADR. You know, there are conventional ways of resolving conflicts. Going to court is a conventional way of resolving conflict. But in most cases, going to court may not resolve the conflict. It may calm the situation. It may force settlement, but it may not resolve the conflict. So that's why even, you know, there is always a cultural way of resolving conflict. Because in Yoruba land, you know, going to court can even escalate the problem, even within the family. There is a popular Yoruba saying, "I ti kó today, sorry." I hope Yorubas in the house know what I'm talking about. Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The one I ti kó today, sorry. So, although both parties may agree with court, but that may not lead to solution. So alternative dispute resolution is very, very good way of resolving conflict in the society. Alternative conflict resolution, you know, is talking about techniques used in managing disputes with the involvement of neutral third party. Neutral third party. In marital conflict, it can be family of the husband and wife, or family of husband and wife. It can be religious body, pastors, you know, imam, and community leaders. Community leaders. These are alternative conflict resolution. Before adopting ADR, conflict, we must ask ourselves this question: is there any need to restore the relationship? That's first question. Before using ADR, there are questions that are very, very important. Number one, is there any need to resolve the conflict? Are the parties genuinely willing to settle the conflict? Alternative conflict resolution cannot work if these questions are not answered. Number three, are there communication barriers contributing to the conflict? How important is confidentiality in this situation? How important is confidentiality in this situation? Do the parties wish to retain full control over the outcome? Are they ready to accept the outcome? Because this is not legal. Alternative dispute resolution is not legally binding, but it is always culturally binding. Because it lacks legal force, there must be a resolution. There must be a kind of agreement, answer to these questions I'm asking before it can work. The last but not the least is how urgent is the resolution of the conflict. If all these things if all these questions can be answered, alternative dispute resolution can work. When you look at alternative dispute resolution, the advantages of it, reason for adopting it. Number one, it is time saving, because the time that you are going to use in court, I've seen many cases in court that have lasted for 15 years. Some cases have lasted for 20 years. Even the party involved have died. Their children still continue. Am I wrong? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
right,
it's
sir.
true.
Hello?
You're right, sir.
Yeah.
very right, sir.
So,
Very right.
You are
yeah,
right.
it is time saving. ADR is
Grant you
time
the opportunity.
saving. It is also cost effective. The money that you are going to be using to hire lawyers, it is cost effective. It involves active participation of parties involved. In a conventional court, your lawyer can go and be representing you, but in ADR, and lawyers, they can be escalating the problem, or they can be making the problem to linger, because the more the length of the problem will also increase their pockets in terms of money.
The more they elongate the case,
So,
the more money they make.
the gain. But active participant of people involved are very, very important in alternative or in ADR. So ADR is very, very important because it can be completed more quickly. They are more financially accessible than court litigation. Court litigation, they empowers the both parties to influence the outcome directly. Solutions can also be tailored towards meeting the need of both sides. ADR can even restore relationships and many things like that. Let me stop here for today concerning peace and conflict, so that we can go to the venture creation. Any question about peace and conflict? Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir. It's
Yeah. Can we go?
understandable, sir.
Can we,
Hello, sir.
yeah. Yeah, any question concerning peace and conflict? Because I want to switch to venture creation, ENT 311. But any question concerning the ones that we have treated concerning peace and conflict? Any question
Yes,
from
sir. Thank you,
anybody?
sir. I have a question, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Well
Ask
done
your
for the
question.
lecture. Yeah, in the case of international war between two nations,
Interstate. Interstate. Yeah.
interstate, all right. And if one country is more powerful, more technologically advanced, and is now riding on the weaker one,
Advance.
yeah, is there anything that the international community can do to, to solve to ameliorate the situation so that the weaker one will not be cheated?
Very well. Yeah, very well. That is the essence of United Nations. That's essence of United Nation was formed in order to be a dispute resolution platform among nations in the world, especially in protect. If you look at the charters of United Nations, you know, like territorial integrity and all this agreement among nations, you will see that it is dispute resolution mechanism. Uh, Unfortunately, international laws lack uh, biting power like domestic law of many nations. Because in a domestic, in a national laws, there are law enforcement agents, police that can force you to obey the law. But in international law, there
Yeah.
is no international police. That's why
Yes.
it is weaker. But there are ways of enforcing their resolution too, like sanctions, bans. Hello, bans, sanctions over. Look at what happened,
Rule of law.
in Europe now, due to the war between Ukraine and uh, Russia. EU,
Yeah.
EU, EU
Sanction
ban,
them.
sanction Russia, to a
Russia.
certain extent. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a way of cautioning Russia that you cannot use all your power over Ukraine. So there are
Yeah.
ways of resolving that kind of conflict, but it's not as strong as national law. Have I answered your question?
Perfectly,
Hello?
sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go
Thank you.
to
Sorry,
venture
excuse me, sir.
creation.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I just try to. I want to weigh in into the question asked by one of my colleagues there. This
Okay.
The United Nations that you talked about, although primarily it was formed because of those things that you have mentioned. But
Yeah.
over and again, you could see that even the members of the Security Council are the one causing problem in the world now. They are the
Exactly.
international police, they are the causer, and they are the enforcer. They are just doing anyhow. If
The whole
China
yam, the
wants
whole
to,
life.
sorry,
Yeah.
if China wants to invade any country now, US cannot stop China. And the United Nations is where one veto vote is equal to 92 or more. And fella sang that
Of
song
course.
for us.
Yeah.
What is inside United? What is there that they call United Nations? When everybody says no to United States will still go ahead and do whatever it wants to do.
What to do?
So
Yes.
all those ones are international politics that this class may not be able to treat. But the United Nations is just there to serve purpose of the Security Council, if you ask me. Because if Russia wants to invade any nation, US cannot stop Russia. if China wants to invade any nation, United States cannot stop China. We have classical examples.
Look at
all
what
over
China
the
is
world.
going to see. To buttress your point, my brother. Look at what China is doing to Taiwan.
That's what I'm saying, that we have classical
And
examples everywhere. China is doing its own to Taiwan. Russia is doing its own to Ukraine. United States is backing Israel against Iraq, Iran.
Against
So many
Gaza.
things are
Palestine.
Gaza. Look at the destruction in Gaza. And then no country around that place has been branded country of particular concern. That's what I'm saying, that what we have is just international politics. You go to where you think that you can demolish them, you demolish them and go. Nothing can happen. Okay, you are citing some examples concerning.
Okay, come on, answer there.
Sorry, sir. Let me just don't let me lose my thoughts. You are citing some cases concerning intra-state, interstate. And one of my colleagues said something about a stronger nation versus weaker nation. Like the case of Russia and Ukraine. Everybody knows that Russia is stronger than Ukraine. But because of NATO backing, Ukraine has been able to resist Russia up to now. People thought that the war would not last more than 3 months. But because of the interest, you could see that the NATO are backing the Ukraine. And that's why all of them, the EU you just mentioned, sanction.
It's lingering.
Yes, sanction Russia. But Russia is not bothered because Russia has its own ally. Like you cannot tell China not to sell to. You cannot tell China not to sell to Russia. You can only tell the Europeans not to do that. Exactly. You can't tell North Korea not to deal with China, with Russia. So all these ones, I'm just trying to provide this perspective that it is not everything they are putting down that they are practicing. So, but as you teach us, we will write it down for you. No problem.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
As international relation expert, I must not be saying negative things about. Although I can point out weaknesses and what can be improved upon, but what is on paper concerning dispute resolution is what I will say here. But in real sense, if I want to be honest with you, the way you are honest, in reality, United Nations is to resolve crisis among the 5 security, 5 nations with veto powers, not to clash. Because if any of these 5 nations, if they clash, if any of them clash with any of the other party, the whole world is in trouble because of nuclear weapon. Are you getting me? So United Nations is to protect the interests of veto powers. You understand me? But what they want us to know is what I've just put across to you, and God will help us in the remaining.
Amen.
Now, can I continue with the venture creation now?
Let's move on.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So let's move to venture creation. Venture creation, the other time, we talked about a lot of things concerning business ideas. Yay, they've just taken the light here. Let me on my solar so that I can be able to see my points. When we are talking about venture creation, the other time we talked about module 1 of it, where we talked about business ideas, idea generation. Today, we are going to look at module 2. Module 2. I'm coming, sorry. Module 2. Module 2 is sorry, I'm coming. I'm opening the something. Yeah, product selection. Module 2 is talking about product selection. We have talked about business idea generation the other time. We talk about SWOT analysis and many other things. Today, we are going to talk about Module 2, which is a product ideas selection. It is one thing to generate ideas, business ideas, and informing venture, but one of them must be used to form venture. But what about when we have good ideas that can lead to good ventures? How do we know which one we are going to select? That's what Module 2 is all about. When we are talking about this, we need to know what is product selection is all about. What is for example, we need to even understand what is product. Let's start from there. A product is a tangible item that is manufactured, produced, or created for the purpose of being sold to consumers or other businesses. That is product. We need to start from fundamentals. We are talking about product selection, but what is product? Product is a tangible item that is manufactured, produced, or created for the purpose of being sold. For the purpose of being sold to consumers or other businesses. A product can be physical object that can be touched, seen, stored, or owned. Like food, clothing, or personal care items. Like automobiles, machineries, electronics, even packaged software. They can be product. Product can also be service. But generally, products are grouped into three major categories. We have raw materials. Raw materials are basic inputs used in the production process. Raw materials are basic inputs used in the production process, such as cotton, wheat, or steel. They are steel. That is STEEL. The second category is component parts, items that are used in the assembly or manufacture of other goods, like microchips or automobile engines. These are component parts. Number 3 is finished goods. These are fully developed products ready for sale to the final consumer or another business, such as a smartphone, packaged food. So in real sense, we said that we have 3 categories of products. Number 1, raw materials. Number 2, component parts. Number 3, finished goods. Each product has a life cycle that includes production, inventory, management, distribution, marketing, and eventual sale. These are the life cycle of a product. When you say this is a product, life cycle, it started with production, inventory, management, distribution, marketing, and eventual sale. This is a life cycle of a product. Please note all this. We must understand the life cycle of a product, because if any of them miss, it can affect the life cycle of that product. Now let's go to service. What is service? We have talked about product now. Let's go to service. A service
please, I
is
didn't
a
get the last one, sir.
contrast. Hello?
You
Yeah.
said inventory management,
where did I lost you?
distribution, marketing, and what, sir?
Okay. And eventual sale. Eventual sale. Did you get it now? Eventual sale. Did you get it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hello? Okay. Now let's move forward. Now let's go to service. Let's go to service. A service, in contrast to a product, is an intangible offering. Intangible offering. It involves actions, performances, efforts provided by one party to another. Service. For example, now, I'm rendering service to you, although I'm going to be paid by Maffason University. Hello? So service is it involves actions, performances, or effort provided by one party to another. My owner is a teaching service. I'm not selling kuli kuli or ekpa to you. I'm selling my teaching skill. Service cannot be physically possessed or stored, as they are consumed at the point of delivery. Common example of service, the common example. For example, now, you are in a service as a medical lab scientist. You are rendering service. Are you selling drugs? Hello?
We are not selling. We are not selling drugs. We are
You are
rendering
not selling
services.
drugs. You are rendering
Yes.
service, Medicare services. Medicare.
Yes.
That is one of the consulting is a service. Consulting is a service. Medicare is a service. Education is a service. Even hairdressing is a service. IT support is a service. These are services. They are not products. They are services. So services are defined by several unique characteristics. Number one, intangibility. They are not tangible. Intangibility, service cannot be seen, touched, or stored. Another characteristic of service, unique characteristic of service is inseparability. Inseparability. You cannot separate it. Production and consumption of services occur simultaneously. As I'm producing, you are consuming. That's services. Production and consumption of services occur simultaneously. For instance, a customer must be present to receive haircut or participate in the training session. For example, now this is a training session. You are you are there. But look at production of nail. Customer may not be there when I'm producing nail. Is that not so? And later on, I will take it to store, and they will be buying from store in terms of product. But when it comes to service, both consumption and production go, pari passu. Another one is variability. That is another characteristic. Variability. The quality and nature of services can vary, depend on who provide them, when, where, and how. The quality and nature of services can vary depending on who provide them, when, where, and how. So that's variability. Medicare now. is quite different from haircut. Consulting for business is quite different from laundry. So there is variability. Perishability is also one of the unique characteristics. Service cannot be stored for later use or resale. There's no way you can store service. An unsold airlines seat or an unbooked hotel room, for example, represent loss of revenue once the opportunity passes. So that's perishability aspect. Unlike physical products, services are often delivered on recurring basis. They are delivered on recurring basis, with customers paying repeatedly to have access to them. So that is service for you. Now, there's what we call relationship and overlap. Although product and service are distinct concepts, many businesses offering combined elements. Many businesses offering a combined element of both. As they are producing product, they are also rendering services. For example, look at some manufacturing company. When you buy Thermocool refrigerator from Thermocool store, if that Thermocool refrigerator get fault, you can go to the place to request for the engineer. Are you getting me? Hello? And the engineer will come to repair it. They are selling and they are also rendering services. So both can be done together. Look at smartphone too. Typically, it includes related services such as technical support, installation, warranty coverage, and customer care. All these things are, there is a product and there is also service. So we need to understand this intersection. It is very, very important to every entrepreneur. Any entrepreneur that wants to sustain his product in the market must be able to know when product and service overlap. You must be able to know the intersection and work amicably, work very well with this intersection if you want to sustain your product in the market. We are talking about venture creation now, So business often succeed by strategically bundling products with services. You must bundle products with services. If you don't know how to bundle products with services, it can affect the sale of your products as an entrepreneur. And in this world that we are now, entrepreneurs must work on both sides. As you are selling your products in the market, you also must render services, such as look at dental equipment during a dental service, or gym equipment in personal training. All these are examples that we give. In summary, a product is a tangible good offered for sale, while a service is intangible performance or experience that delivers value through results. So recognizing the difference is very, very important, because you are going to do CBT, computer-based tests, and all these things will be tested, during your CBT exam. So please, that's why when you buy this material, the notes are well constructed there to help you. What are the nature and characteristics of product and services? Nature and characteristics of product and service. What about nature of product? Let's talk about nature of product. As we have said, products are tangible physical items that customer can see, touch, and own. These are tangible distinguish them from service, which are intangible. Products include a wide array of categories ranging from everyday consumer goods such as electronics, clothing, and so on and so forth. Because products have a physical form, they can be handled, examined, tested by consumers before purchase. This direct interaction often influence purchasing decisions for allowing customers to evaluate them. What are the characteristics of product? Characteristic of a product. Number one, tangibility. Number two, do you understand that tangibility? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we do.
Hello?
Hello, hi, we
Are
do,
you with
sir.
me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Tangibility is a characteristic of a product. Yeah. Number two, durability. Durability. Many products are designed for repeated or long-time use. Durability. Standardization is another characteristic of a product. Standardization. Standardization. Number three, ownership transfer. Ownership transfer. Upon purchase, ownership of the product passes from seller to buyer. Another characteristic is returnability. Returnability. Product can typically be returned or exchanged if they fail to meet customers' expectation. Can you do that to service? I'm not sure. You know, the last but not the least of the characteristics of a product is shelf life. Shelf life. Product can be stored and sold at a later time, although some, like perishable food, have limited shelf lives. Let us now look at nature of service. We have even talked about nature of service when I was talking about core characteristics of service like intangibility, inseparability, variability, and perishability. Now, let's talk about economic and business context when it comes to service. Service sector play a dominant role in today's global economy. Service sector. That's why even in producing a product now, service sector is very, very important and is widely regarded as a key indicator of economic growth and development. From large multinational corporations operating in banking, telecommunication, aviation, to small local enterprises like restaurants, beauty salons, repair shops, service-based organizations are very vital to modern commerce. So when we are talking about service represent the output of various business activities. They represent the output of various business activities and process that transform inputs such as labor, knowledge. In service, you must, it revolves around labor, it revolves around knowledge, it revolves around information, it revolves around infrastructure and in value of customers or value for customers. All these things are very, very important. In many developed and developing economy, the service industry not only drive employment, but also foster innovation enhance customer satisfaction, and contribute significantly to GDP. That's why every effort of government policy is always driven towards enhancing service sector of every economy. Now, why these characteristics matter? It matters because many of you will be wondering, why is these characteristics matter? The difference between product and service significantly influence how business approach can be done. Business approach like marketing, operation, customer service. You know, in business world presently, making of product, production is beyond just producing some items. Marketing is is a service that must be taken serious. Many entrepreneurs that have neglected the service aspect, their products are no more in the market, like marketing, operations, and customer service. These are services that needs to be rendered for entrepreneur venture creation to really reach a very good place. For example, marketing product typically focuses on tangible features like packaging, branding, and visual appeal. In contrast, marketing services emphasize building trust. Before, it is only about all the features I first rendered that they always consider, like packaging, branding, and visual appeal. But it is beyond that now. When we are talking about marketing service, it emphasizes now building trust, establishing a strong reputation, and fostering long-time customer relationships. These are the things that drive many products now, beyond the packaging and all these things. Operationally too, products require processes such as manufacturing, inventory, management, storage, and distribution. But when we are talking about service, however, rely on skilled personnel, real-time delivery, and continuous quality control. These are services that make your product to be strong and fascinating in our environment presently. Now, having talked about services and products, let's go to product service selection criteria. What are the criteria for product service selection? We need to select the right product or service. It is a critical step in launching and sustaining successful business venture. If you don't know this critical step, sustaining a successful business venture will be very difficult. This process involves evaluating multiple criteria to ensure that choosing offering aligns with market needs. What are the product service selection criteria? Number one, are you hearing me? Please be marking it now. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number one,
Yes, sir.
market need and demand. You must know about market need. If you don't know about market need, it will be very, very difficult to select products. To select products. Market need. The criteria focus on identify whether there is a genuine need, problem, or gap in the market. You can't venture into producing if there is no need for it. What's the essence of producing if the need is very, very light or there's no genuine need for it? Number two, target market and customer analysis. target market? Do you have targeted audience? And what is their, or what are the criteria for you measuring their taste? You must know their taste. Entrepreneur that cannot that cannot identify audience or clients, that have not done customer analysis, you must know about their pocket too. Hello, because what you are going to sell in Korodu, I'm just using Lagos where I reside here. You know, if you know what you are going to sell in Lekki, if you bring it to Korodu, you may not be able to sell it at that price. You need to break the price. You know, you must do customer analysis, because customers' taste in Ikorodu is quite different from customers' taste in Lekki. So you need to know about this. You need to also know about market potential. You must assess the overall size, growth size, profitability of the intended market. They are very, very important. You must also do competitive analysis. Who are you competing with? Competitive analysis. You must know about the competitive landscape. It is crucial, to your product or service. If you don't know who you are running after and who is running after you, your product will suffer. You must also do what is called technical feasibility. Technical feasibility. The criteria of evaluating whether the business has or can acquire the necessary technology. Skill and resources to develop and deliver the product. You must do this. Products that has a very good technical feasibility. Because if you don't do it very well, it can affect the lifespan of the business. You must also need to do what is called financial viability. Financial viability. Finance viability focuses on estimating the total cost involved in developing your production, marketing, and distribution. You must compare this with your projected revenue. You must compare this with your projected revenue. So, and in doing this, you need to analyze profitability metrics. You need to analyze your profitability metrics, such as return on investment. Return on investment, they call it ROI. Break-even point. You must also understand your break-even point. Break-even point. And the expected cash flow. Expected cash flow. All this needs to be done under your financial viability. So, you must also understand your risk and challenges. What are you risking? What are the challenges you are going to encounter? All these things are very, very important in product service selection. You need to also understand this. You need to factors in production selection. Factors in production selection. Number one factors in production selection is infrastructure. Infrastructure. If many products are no more in the market because analysis of infrastructure has affected the sustainability of that product. So you must know about physical organization facilities required for the production, storage, distribution of products or services, plants, warehouses, transportation system, utilities such as electricity, water, communication network, adequate infrastructure support, smooth operation, timely delivery, cost efficient performances. All these are very, very important. Infrastructure. Number 2 is technology. What is the technology involved in the production of that services or production of that product? You need to understand them. These factors can sustain your business and can make your product to disappear in the market. You need to understand it. If you want to render good sustainable services, what are the technological factors involved? You need to understand it. Technology plays a vital role in development, production, and delivery of both products and services. It influences quality of the service you are going to render, efficiency, innovation. All this will be determined by technology. So you need to understand technology, and you must choose technology that suits the weather or the climate of your area. It's very, very important. Another thing is the availability of raw materials. You must also understand the availability of raw materials. Uh, uh, Nearness to raw materials is very, very important to business because it will determine the sustainability of that business in the market. Another one is government policy and regulation. You must understand the government policy and regulation. Information is key. What are the processes that are involved in obtaining licenses if it is required? Obtaining licenses, regulations, because you must not be caught by the law. All this, what are the legal aspects of the business? The legal aspect of the business is also very important. Factors to be considered, So all these things, if you can take note of them, it will help your business, it will help your product, your services to have a long-lasting, enduring effect on the customers or in your ecosystem, in your ecosystem like that. We are going to stop the venture creation yet for today. Any question about what I've discussed so far? Are you listening to me? Are you listening? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we are with you, sir.
So any question so far? Any
Do you have any
question?
question?
I hope you understand what I discussed under product selection. Yes? In the absence of a question, then this is where we are going to end our class for today. Please, I will encourage you to get this material. As I'm teaching, it is easier to follow me through this material. You can send your class rep after you have paid to come and collect it from you in the school. Or what I pay to the required account on your portal. Required account on your portal. All what I need as HOD of general study is the photocopy of the receipt that you have generated. And to make it easier for all of you, you can gather these photocopies and give it to your class rep. Your class rep will just come to GST department and collect the textbook for you. I think it will be better if you can. Hello?
Yeah, with you,
Yes,
sir.
somebody want to say something? If you can be following me as I'm teaching, it will help the flow of the class very well. That's my suggestion anyway. Because you cannot do registration, you must buy this material before you can do registration. Why buying it late? Then, just don't buy it for buying sake. Buy it to follow the lecture. It will benefit you like that. That's my advice. Anyway, so have a nice, blissful night. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
sir.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Mr. Fasasi,
I'm hearing you.
Which one is I'm hearing you?
Nobody should start telling me that I have to go to McPherson and collect something.
No,
Not
wait,
now.
Even we're having issue with the portal
How
self.
much are we paying for the Facebook? How much are we paying?
We are having
Last
issue
Friday
with the
is not
portal now.
coming up.
The portal is not opening.
Yes, the portal is not opening. That's
The
where we
portal
have
is opening, we cannot pay. That's just the issue. The portal is opening. I've opened the portal. It's just that the payment is not going.
On the portal. So
The payment is not
how
going.
do we pay?
I have accessed the portal.
Hello.
It is not
Let
going.
me advise you.
Okay, sir.
Hello, let me advise you concerning the portal. Talk to Dr. Adewale, your dean.
Okay.
It will link you up with the director of ICT. You can make your complaint to the director of ICT. It will help you concerning any problem you have with your portal. Not open and all these things. It will help you. Do you understand me?
All right, sir.
Please, can somebody close it for me? I don't know how to close it here. I want to exit, but I don't know how to exit. Is there any way somebody can disconnect me?
No, we exit together, sir. Don't worry, sir.
Last rep.
Is that much are we paying?
Okay, I'm removing you. Okay, I will remove you. Don't worry.
Okay, Mamberu. We are together.
Mr. Fasa.
I'm with you.
It's okay. Ẹkúṣẹ́.
Mo mọ̀ pé máa mú wàhálà mi pọ̀.
Èló ni ọbẹ̀ báyìí?
Wàhálà mi máa pọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa ṣe the needful on the portal, please, so that we can all pay, especially the school fees sef. Pé December lóde a máa náwó o.
Hello, no.
Ẹ jẹ́ má jẹ́ kó fi gbèsè fún wa.
Ẹ jẹ́ ló ní compendium yẹn. Ó dà pé 20,000 náà pé àbí? How much is it?
Compendium is 20,000.
Ó ṣe wá wọ́n tó yẹn.
Mr. Adam, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí gan gbà mí gan. Ó yẹ ká, in fact, máa mú ìdíwájú VC.
Ó lágbára. Two courses ni, so owó ẹ̀ máa gara.
Ó lágbára díẹ̀ o.
Ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ wọ́n lọ́mọ LAUTECH ni. Ẹ bá lọ́mọ LAUTECH ẹ mọ bó ṣe ń lọ. Ẹ bá ra pásá pack. Ẹ ra pásá pack yìí 25,000, 30,000.
Ó lágbára díẹ̀ o.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ báwo la ṣe máa rí logbook gbà o?
A máa sọ̀rọ̀ later. Alẹ́ yìí orí mi ti kún báyìí.
Ó dáa, ẹ lọ sùn. Okay.
Ó dàárọ̀.
Ẹ má worry, ẹ má gba logbook. The last time I went, I was not able to get enough. So ọ̀gá dẹ̀ promise pé àwọn máa send ẹ̀ pé wọ́n ẹni tí mo bá sọ̀rọ̀ could not give me from the store. So mi wàá mọ̀ gbà tí ọ̀gá ọdẹ kan mi mo ní kó bá mi kó fún sódà máa gbà lọ́wọ́ Ìbàdàn.
Okay.
But I don't know. I was unable to collect something.
Màá
tún bá dín sọ́nà. Because that time I went, I was only able to get 6 extra and I needed like 30 something to máa fi balance.
All right,
so ẹ má worry. Tí wọ́n bá ti gbà, every other person náà máa gbà tí wọ́n. Ẹ má bínú. Yes, ma.
Mr. Fasasi, báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe sí àwọn ará Abẹ́òkúta báyìí? Àwọn dàbí pé àwọn Ìbàdàn yẹn nìkan lè máa ń take care.
Ẹ jọ́ọ̀gì lọ sí school súnmọ́ yìí.
Honestly, ọ̀nà yẹn ò dá ní ọ̀nà that same road.
Ọ̀nà yóò dá ní that road used to be one of the best roads. Mo máa ń gbà tẹ́lẹ̀.
Exactly, that same road.
Gbogbo time tí mo gbogbo 2021, 20, I mean 2019, 2020 gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo máa ń gbà lọ sí kìíní Naija yìí. Mo máa ń lọ sí.
But the road is not good. So one has to go through Lagos Ibadan route.
Which is an off road totally.
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Akọ jáde sí Owódé Ẹ̀gbá ni.
Exactly. The school is under Obafemi Owode local government.
Yes, Momo.
So it's like, yeah,
Momo ní facility ní Owódé Ẹ̀gbá ńgbà yẹn náà. General Hospital Owódé Ẹ̀gbá.
Oh. So ọ̀nà yẹn ò dá ní. That's worse. Àṣẹ máa lọ gba interchange. No how to do it.
Ẹ bá gómìnà yìí sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ bá gbọ́ ti lọ.
Ṣèbí second nonsense náà náà ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ àbí.
Ilé ìtẹ̀ kọjá ètò ìṣe kí níbẹ̀ yẹn ọ̀rá yẹ not to talk of that awkward road. Nigeria yà kí ní kálukú find solution sọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀.
The Lord is our strength.
Àmì o. Okay o.
Ẹ má wọrí ẹ̀yin tẹ̀gbá mo rò pé ti gbà ní iṣẹ́ ti gbà ní.
Ti gbà. Honestly, you haven't collected. But we are just planning to maybe tá bá máa lọ sí school àbájẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ṣá.
Okay, torí pé mi ti ẹ̀ factor torí mo rò pé súnmọ́ school ju kìí ṣe máa gbà.
Tá bá máa lọ àjẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́.
Okay, sir. Mrs. Akinleye nìṣó ní microbiology. Ó yá ẹ wá lọ ṣe lecture yìí.
Mr. Masasi.
Naam.
Can lecture.
And after paying for the compendium, how are we going to collect it?
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o.
Ẹ sanwó mọ́tò mi ni. How are you going to collect it as well? School sọ fún mi pé kí n máa bẹ́ everybody. Ẹ sanwó mọ́tò mi.
This will complete o. Ẹni
tó bá fẹ́ kí n bò ń gbà yóò sanwó mọ́tò ni. Torí kò ń ṣe school fún mi lówó o. I'm not collecting salary for being head of class.
You know our deal. You know our deal. Our deal. You know.
What is the deal? What is the deal? I don't know the deal.
You know our deal. You know where to see me.
Okay. Ṣé máa sanwó mọ́tò mi kí wá sí i? Kò sí problem.
Ẹ má jẹ́ ká sọ ọ́n bí bàyá ti ní deal tá ti seal tẹ́lẹ̀.
Okay.
Fix the date.
Fix date. You have the next 2 weeks to fix the date. Your day starts between today and the next 2 weeks.
Ẹ wá lóògùn yín o.
Ṣé Porter ẹ má worry. Màá bá Kìnní sọ̀rọ̀. Màá bá Victory sọ̀rọ̀. Màá bá Victory sọ̀rọ̀. Because the school needs money as well.
Àbí náà ọkọ̀ school yẹn tẹ̀lé.
Support la máa sanwó compendium yẹn sí àbí.
Sir? No, compendium is not Porter. No. Compendium is Porter. A máa sọ sí that UBA account ta lò yẹn ṣe ti rántí ti logbook.
That's what happened.
UBA náà ni.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ resend ẹ sórí platform.
All right, man.
I was thinking we were paying for compendium through the portal. Me, mo pe UBA account ni.
No, I think it's the UBA. It's not through the portal. It's already.
Oh, that's nice then. Yeah, okay.
But ẹ jẹ́ kí n reconfirm lọ́dọ̀.
Initially, they are mentioning portal. Let's verify.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n reconfirm lọ́dọ̀ D.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
So tó bá ti jẹ́ portal, we have to wait for the portal to be open.
Because Koto saw the other time, I think he was mentioning portal. Pé a máa san owó lórí portal. But it's not confirm.
Okay. I'll do that. Màá bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́.
All right, stay with me.
Ẹ ṣé sir.
Okay.
Everybody go and rest o.
ẹ ṣé.
Ó dàárọ̀.
tó jẹun
Ó dàárọ̀.
This is general
Ó dàárọ̀
feeling.
sir.
mọ̀ẹ́dún ó tẹ̀ lórúkọ olúwọn lẹ́dún.